Hello and welcome to Strange Creature Stalks Moose. How about that for a title? Second week in a row, and I'm resurrecting another video series that I had almost forgotten about. For those of you who are new to my channel, with my breaking news series, it can be either breaking cryptid news or paranormal news. With this, I bring you some of the most recent sightings of paranormal or cryptid instances, rather than the historical facts I normally present. Honestly, I was contemplating something different for this week's video, but then my brother sent me a link to this story late Friday and asked me what I thought about it. After watching the clip, I knew I had to bring it to you and give my thoughts on it. I am not sure how long this video will be, but I have decided to ignore the 10-minute YouTube algorithm and let this be what it is. So without further ado, let's get into what I've been talking about. This video was posted only a few days ago, and it has been making its rounds everywhere for what it reportedly shows. What you're about to see, if you haven't already, is a person recording a moose alongside the road, but in the background some strange white creature appears to be stalking the beast, all the while dancing around like a ghost.
Thank you. Oh man, it's very cool.
Oh wow! Il mange, il est tout relax là.
Je peux voir, je peux voir?
Ben tu le vois, regarde dehors.
Non, je vois rien, attends.
You are a star today.
This video was taken by Audrey Franchette while she was traveling in the Gaspé Valley in Quebec. According to her story, and I know you will see a similarity to something I mentioned in my previous video about the ghost hand photo, she didn't notice the strange being while filming the moose, but only saw it after reviewing the footage later. Okay, so after watching this video, it certainly seems like something is hanging around the moose while it is grazing. So what exactly is this video showing? After going over a few articles, I have seen people claiming it is a creature similar to the Lord of the Rings gollum, while in other reports some claim to see this thing having 6 legs, and in another it states it fits perfectly with the Wendigo. So let's look at those options, and while I'm at it, I'll throw in the possibility of it being the mysterious creature known as the RAKE for good measure. This being couldn't be Gollum, since we all know how things worked out for him, unless we're saying he came back as a ghost. However, that couldn't be, since the moose doesn't seem to have the one ring. Those that claim it has 6 legs must have a better version of this video than everyone else, since I don't see 6 legs. I honestly can barely make out any legs with how grainy or blurry this video is. With a camera like this, I'm sure footage of Bigfoot was captured right up the road. Could it be the RAKE? Maybe, if that being wasn't a purely fictional creation made for creepypastas. Although I will mention this photo, to my knowledge, has never been proven fake, or should I say it is hotly debated. So maybe I'm wrong. Now the Wendigo is an interesting choice in this situation. This cryptid has varying descriptions, from a paper-thin being only visible when viewed at a certain angle, while others state it is a giant. Along with this is every other variation that you could imagine. Now Canada is known for having a high population of these elusive cryptids, with Ontario even having a landmark near Lake Mamagwess, known simply as Wendigo Cave. However, this creature was filmed in Quebec, which is approximately 1,500 miles from the Wendigo Cave. This doesn't make it impossible, as all types of known creatures travel great distances regularly. I'll just stop myself here, since what is seen in this video is highly unlikely to be a Wendigo. After all of that, let's revisit the video and see what we can deduce. There are a few things that bother me right off the bat. First, if this is some type of never-before-seen creature, why would it so blatantly hunt a moose with a vehicle that has people moving around in it, being so readily nearby? I know some animals may not recognize a vehicle parked on the road sitting still as a threat, and this being could have been the same. That is, until I heard the distinct sound of their four-ways being on, which meant the car was sitting there with flashing lights. You may point out that the moose doesn't seem bothered by the lights. Well, that brings me to my second point. The moose apparently is accustomed to seeing vehicles, hence why it didn't even focus on the car. Although, this moose also didn't seem concerned with some creature running through the woods at it, which we see at the start of the video. No creature, unless ethereal, runs after its prey and is quiet about it. My brother mentioned to me he thought it could have been a baby albino moose calf. While possible, I still think the mother moose would be keeping track of its young, as they are known to be very protective. One of the most damning things to take note of is that just as it appears the creature is going to attack the moose, the video clip abruptly ends. Seems very convenient and, dare I say, suspicious. This video carries all the tropes of a hoax cryptid paranormal sighting. Bad camera quality, backstory of not noticing the creature till later, and the environment not reacting like the situation should dictate. So after I have given all the reasons behind what this isn't, you are surely wondering what this video is showing. Oddly enough, after watching this video, my daughter figured it out rather quickly. What we are seeing is either a reflection of the light from the camera on the car windshield, or at the very least, a smudge on the glass. After looking at this again, I realized she was right. The creature moves in unison with how the shaky camera moves. On top of this, if you look closely, the being isn't flitting between the trees as if hiding, but it is in fact in front of them, to where you can almost see the trunks through it. Now, much like the ghost hand photo and the previous real versus real video, I'm uncertain if Audrey is perpetuating a hoax, or if she honestly doesn't know what she captured. Although, with how the video abruptly ends, I find it concerning that she possibly does know what is on the film. Honestly, videos like this really bother me, since they gain unwanted attention towards cryptids in a negative fashion. I am sure many may come to the same conclusion as I did, and it just hurts any real progress that this field of study has. I am happy to play a small role in trying to squash this video's authenticity, but my reach is only so far. As usual, the good that comes from this is that we can move on from videos like this, all the while waiting for that one piece of intriguing evidence to be presented. On a side note, and this does fit with the Breaking Cryptid news, I just haven't had enough information to make a separate video on it, there have been multiple reported sightings of the Mothman around Chicago as of late, and I have been actively keeping track of the area to see if any mysterious disasters occur. The residents claim that they don't believe the creature is an omen of something bad about to happen, but sadly, history paints a vastly different picture. Hopefully it is nothing, but we will see, and if I hear anything, I will let you know. Before I end this, I wanted to briefly mention a few things. First, I've had quite a few requests for making my merchandising available. I greatly appreciate your interest in this, and I will be working at getting everything set up for that this week. Hopefully. Secondly, I want to let you all know that I'm planning on making/releasing a video possibly midweek with content that may be a little different than what I normally make. It will still be paranormal, just different. I don't want to give too much away, but I'm very excited to make this video, and I'm releasing it during the week so it doesn't take away from the normal content you look forward to. The video will be an experiment in an attempt to keep things interesting and as a way to branch out into other venues. The fate of this video becoming a regular thing is something I am leaving up to you, so if you love it, then let me know. But if you hate it, then we'll bury it deep in the woods to be forgotten about, as if it never happened. The last thing I want to mention is that I'm extending a warm welcome to Ryan and his wife and son, as I happen to work with this guy, and he and his family have come to really enjoy my content. Welcome to the Cryptid family, and I hope you continue to enjoy all that we have to offer. If you haven't yet done so, please consider subscribing to my channel for similar content to this, and also I'd greatly appreciate it if you could share my videos with someone you may know. With that, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.